Chat, here we go. It's Nass versus aZapatos. Another crossover between North America and EU, and North American salt mine and European salt mine. We talked about the finish for Wavy and Nass, how Wavy actually finished a little bit higher than Nass did, but now he's playing against aZapatos, who, while he finished lower in his pool, has been hard on the grind and recently got rank 1 in the world for the first time ever. So now he's here to test his strength against Nass on US East servers. If you guys are wondering about the server back and forth, a lot of people have to ask about that. It is aZapatos from US West and Nass from EU meeting in the middle on US East. So we have 90 ping for Nass, we have 70 for aZapatos, and we'll be staying on these servers the whole way. So the whole best of 5, this is where we'll be at. It'll be home field advantage slightly for aZapatos for sure, as he'll be very used to playing on US East. You do not become rank 1 playing on US West. I'm sure he had to have US East in his queue in order to do that. And Nass actually has dabbled in playing in some US East himself in ranked, because you guys might remember a couple days ago we had a replay coverage of Nass and aZapatos playing, and they both traded games. Of the 2 ranked games that got uploaded, they traded them 1-1. So it seemed like an even matchup here on these servers. The good news for Nass, and I mentioned this last time when he was playing against Wavy, is he does not have to roll the dice on the server like he does in ranked. We made sure we got him a good one, or at least a decent one, that he could play with against aZapatos. And we'll see what he has in store for us. He's been playing really well. Had people in the comments of the last video being really excited about the level that Nass was playing to, and actually really liked what I saw from Wavy as well. Power slide cut from Nass, and he punishes the reverse challenge. aZapatos on his way to rank 1 did so grinding with speedy play on the ground like he's always been known for. The suffocating defense and the dashes that catch you off guard and lead to surprising challenges are always his strength. The question, I think, for aZapatos in the long term is, can he bring it together in the air? That seems like maybe the avenue of improvements he has yet to fully explore. He's definitely capable in the way that a lot of freestylers are. I think aZapatos, when he's played in the past, you guys might even remember I talk about it all the time, his crazy, I think it was like double reset, breezy at Turf Wars. It was a nasty shot. He certainly can get up in the air, but it's almost like a freestyler in that there's a little bit of extra flash over function. Of course, just my opinion. Maybe you disagree. aZapatos has an opportunity to prove me wrong right now. With a nice wall to air dribble. He's got a reset at ceiling height. Nass actually hid behind the ball the whole way. And this is a great example of aZapatos correcting me. This is a perfect functional air dribble. Gets the reset high near the ceiling, threatens towards the center of the net the whole way, and actually had a read on the fact that Nass was not challenged to the ball despite hiding behind it. And that wave dash kickoff will always be the signature move that Nass will have to figure out how to deal with over the course of a potentially 5-game series. Yo, shout out Feer for the tier 1 for 2 months, and McPoogle for the tier 1 for 10 months. Thank you guys for stopping in, supporting the channel. aZapatos gonna force Nass to the back wall, who has a clear boost advantage. He knows aZapatos is gonna need to leave, and that feels backflip probably just gives Nass even more confidence for going up in the air. And I mean, aZapatos had essentially sealed his fate with what was going to be a pre-jump, but turned into a feels backflip, and that left him underneath the play and very susceptible to the air dribble bump. So you guys in the prediction, at least a few minutes before it ended, had these guys neck and neck, and so far you seem to be perfectly correct about that. As aZapatos taps in a 5th. Where'd you guys end up? I'll check. 52% in favor of Nass. aZapatos definitely didn't feel like he played to his potential, according to what he said about his performance in the group stage on Twitter. He didn't lose a single game on his way to qualifying for the Salt Mine. Not just match, I'm talking about game. Individual games. He did not lose a single one. But then, he did not win a single match in his group. He's looking to change that. aZapatos just going to put a shot on targets off the kickoff. He actually just chased Nass out of the corner, and oh my goodness, he almost forced an own goal. I think he should have had that, or at least he's going to feel like he should have had that, as he had chased Nass all the way up the side wall and had given himself the space to work with. aZapatos actually just wall dashed himself past the play, and he's not going to be able to get back. A couple pixels were the difference between getting a save, but getting a little bit too caught up in his wall dashing. Nass not going to be able to convert on a direct kickoff win because the ball just clips off the rolling angle of the wall where it goes straight up the back wall. Nass has the reset, doesn't use it, wants to just try and protect the ball. Gonna bump aZapatos. Nice recovery, but no save. I'm sure aZapatos felt like he could have gotten back to this one. He did not dash off the bump. I wonder if he had a dash, but he looked to try and force it off the post, maybe back into his own car, but instead it's back into the net. You wonder if he'll change car after this one. If you're talking about aZapatos, then this must be your first time watching him, because he will not be changing off the Sentio no matter what happens. Maybe he will switch into another Sentio. This one feels like his classic one. I don't know if he always brings that one out for show matches, because when we saw him play in ranked, he was in like a dark version. It was like aZapatos' evil twin, the setup he was using. Nass just barely escaping a bump. I say just barely, but actually ends up getting hit by aZapatos, who turned and dove on 0 boost. Interesting decision. I almost want to see if the replay will show me what aZapatos was thinking here. Oh, he just didn't expect Nass to jump and make a play backwards. He thought Nass would leave the play, but Nass got up, got just a little bit of a touch, which is all you need when you bait that defender into attacking the ball. Nass first touch infield towards aZapatos. He's now in a shadow. This time the pre-jump does not put him deeply out of position. It wasn't a Feel's backflip. It was just a double jump. Nass bumped him on the way through the ball. aZapatos has a great possession here. That first touch is not the best, but I forgot he's in a plank. I think he uses the plank to his advantage here. You want to keep the ball high or on top of your car. He drops it all the way to the ground, but he just regains that height so easily with the plank. Front flipping through the flick, and it just gets sent into the top shelf. That was a position I would not have expected an Octane to be able to easily get the ball to, and Nass gonna throw a woo as his delayed kickoff, which is supposed to be the counter to aZapatos' preferred kickoff. Doesn't work out that way, as aZapatos just dunks it right off the top of Nass's car. I think it really helps for aZapatos if he gets a direct single jump on the ball, then he can often follow it up. The problem is if he is even slightly off target, then Nass can punish. It's going to be 10-7 for aZapatos in a game that was neck and neck the whole way. It looks like aZapatos is going to take the edge in the final moments. I tried to pause it. Wait, pause. What? They've ruined my admin. Chat, they've taken my admin from me. I can't pause for some reason. Sorry. I'm trying to. I guess we're just gonna have to wait. Unadmined? Why do I have the option still? Use your mouse, it'll work? Oh, Strazzer. Is he like next level? Do admins never use controller? Is that what it is? You were also unable to pause a local match. Oh, sounds like it's Psyonix's fault. Probably Epic. Let's blame Epic, right? Epic Games, man. Game number 2. aZapatos and Nass. Am I using controller? Yeah, I use controller to switch back and forth between perspectives, because you can just press circle and it'll switch perspectives, and when you're in 1v1, there's only one other perspective to go to, so it's pretty easy to jump back and forth between them by just pressing circle. That's the movie magic you maybe didn't know about. And I think if you use keyboard, you have to go back and forth between 1 and 5. And you have to remember who's orange and who's blue. I'm assuming 1 is probably blue, 5 is probably orange. But you can possibly argue that that's easier than just pressing circle whenever you want to switch. aZapatos double reset. Can he at least salvage it? No, he cannot. Nass, will he try and take this dribble? He will. It's a double jump directly into the ball. This is kind of an awkward dribble. And you might be surprised that it scored because it seems very straightforward. But I think that a dribble from this position is way faster because Nass gets that double jump into the ball. A double jump that he basically had to take if he wanted to start the dribble. It just gets a ton of surprising speed. Nass is going to try to delay again. And I think what he might need to adjust, oh, great save by aZapatos, is he might have to try and guide the delay to a side. Right now it seems like he's trying to go on full cheeky where you just delay and chip the ball right over the top of the player and then instantly turn it in for a goal. It seems like that's what Nass is trying to do, and it's just going right back into aZapatos. I wonder if he delayed and chipped off to a side, if he could have aZapatos fly right past it. Of course, it's a little bit more dangerous because then you're not protecting the ball yourself. Nass into the air quick, off the wall. aZapatos is actually going to try and find a way to score this, which didn't seem possible. Maybe he's more just interested in starving Nass out. He did not succeed in doing that either, though. As Nass able to grab the midfield and the back corner. aZapatos buying a bit of space. Will challenge on the ceiling. That was a great challenge from aZapatos. He was thinking about turning back, too. You know, he was trying to prepare for everything in case Nass went quickly. But he noticed that Nass was not going to go quickly, that Nass was trying to get aZapatos to go flying past the play and had a misread. I mean, I assume what Nass was hoping for was that he was faking the start of a dribble. Just didn't work out that way. Now he's going to undercut aZapatos and retake his lead. We had a 3-3 at 3:33. Are we 1 second away? Brutal. aZapatos, look at the dashing off the back wall. He is going to try and chase down and steal Nass's boost. Pass to himself out of the midfield. aZapatos is just so patient right now on this ball bouncing in the corner. Next level patience. And now he has himself his dribble, and he's lost the dribble again. And yeah, this time it works out the way that I feel like it normally does when you lose a dribble like that. You really don't want the dribble to fall to the ground. I was ready for aZapatos to correct me, but he spends so much time just trying to cut the ball back again to get it on top of his car, and it's very telegraphed. Nass able to read that and challenge easily. Can Nass get here for the save? He cannot. He did get it to the post. Couldn't keep it from going in. aZapatos dodging the demo attempts. He's just going to send a testing shot at Nass, force him to double jump for the first save. Nice flick from aZapatos. This is some serious car control here in the corner as he turns away from the bounce and just smooth flick on the backwards diagonal. Nass gets caught flying underneath the ball. Wave dash kickoff. aZapatos wants the bump, connects on the bump. Did he get the goal? He did. Nass almost recovered. You can see when aZapatos has the opportunity to lock on and look for the bump, he will. Chat, you guys want 5-5 at 5:55 of overtime? That's just not going to happen. And why not just wait for 6-6 at 6:66? It's still possible. Don't worry. But also, it's not going to happen. Nass just getting targeted by aZapatos. Works out well. Nass trying to roll the ball up the side wall. Plays directly into aZapatos' hands. He wants a demo, doesn't get it. And we'll have to try and control it back into his corner. Not the best of pinches. Oh, interesting delay. Wow, that worked out as well as possible for Nass. For aZapatos. Instead of pushing the ball in front of the net immediately directly into Nass, he put a slight delay on it. Got speed, caught Nass looking, and then demoed him as well. What felt like a sure situation for a goal for Nass somehow turned out to be advantage aZapatos, but Nass is going to find his goal either way. My commentary curse is going to make it happen? No, there's no way. It just can't happen. It won't. Have you ever had a 4-4 at 4:44 normal game time? No. I don't think so. 8 goals in, what is that, 16 seconds? That's hard to do. You'd have to have 2 people basically agree to try and set it up. That's not happening in a game where 2 players are trying to win. aZapatos chasing Nass down. Couldn't connect, but he did clear out the net. Not enough, though. As Nass recovers well. aZapatos, he is known to stick in the play despite being low on boost. And look at this challenge. I'm sure Nass is just blown away. He is telling himself, no way did this guy just challenge. This was so telegraphed. Never in a million years is this the real challenge. This has to be a fake. But he'd be wrong. aZapatos will dunk it right off the top of him. Immediate kickoff goal. Super high scoring. 7-7. Kickoff win for Nass. Into the corner. Quick camera check to see what he's dealing with. He will take it to the ceiling. aZapatos on the back wall. Makes a great save. Nass did as much as he could to keep the ball separated from the back wall in order to force aZapatos to be a bit more awkward defensively. Didn't do enough. aZapatos just boxed Nass out. Got himself demoed, and this should be a freebie. And Nass could waste even a few more seconds if he wants to try and make sure that aZapatos has as little time to tie it back up as possible. aZapatos, kickoff loss when he needs it most. Nass is just going to try and take the ball away. aZapatos knows he doesn't have time to grab the 100. If there's any car that can make some magic happen on 0 boost, it might be the Sentio, because you could find a ton of extra power, but the magic goes unfound as Nass ties the series 1-1. Game number 3. Chat, I'm gifting 10 subs if the score is 3-3 at 3:33 in this game. Or I also accept 2-2 at 2:22. Or 1-1 at 1:11, but that won't happen. There's just no way. aZapatos picking up his back corner. Nass chasing him down. Oh, that should have just been a goal, I'm sure. Nass felt like it should have been as well. aZapatos out of position. Actually flies out to meet Nass. Good call. Reacting towards the back wall would have been really tough. Pinch from aZapatos. He's not going to be able to beat Nass to this ball. He has been just really making last-ditch efforts on this 0 boost this whole time. He's done a good job of doing so. Now he's got himself a little bit of boost back. Throws out one of his classic dashes as he tries to put himself on offense. Nass actually did a good job of pinning the ball to his back wall and leaving no opportunities. It's going to be an eligible bump. aZapatos can't get around it. And the first goal comes at 3:55, which makes it not very likely that this will be 3-3 at 3:33. aZapatos just going to boom the ball. See if he can catch Nass off. He almost did. Nass creeped out of net, and there was an opportunity. aZapatos, this is what he does best, man. He is quick on the ground, and he will punish. I mean, Nass really probably handed that a little bit freely as he tried to dash his way around the corner and stay in the play. Probably need to just recognize that it was over for him. aZapatos looking to use his dash. to grab a 100 boost and start another strong possession. Little delayed flick using the tail end of that plank hitbox. He just slammed it off the post. That was a dangerous position. Nass just got a little bit of extra height and does not get the goal. He hit it against the back wall. This is by all means a goal, and yeah, Nass is going to throw a no problem. He thought he had done enough, and it's a very all-in play to side flip there if you do not connect. So the 1-1 at 111 hopes are gone, but the 2-2 at 222 hopes still alive. aZapatos catches Nass this time around. And I think your guys' hopes are completely squashed. aZapatos does it himself. He says, I don't care about chat getting gifted subs. aZapatos is a prime example of not needing mechs to get SSL in ones. First off, aZapatos isn't just SSL in ones. He is rank 1 in the world, or was recently rank 1 in the world. I believe he's rank 3 in the world right now. And also, if you watch aZapatos and think that guy doesn't have mechs, we're not watching the same aZapatos, I don't think. aZapatos turtling, turtling on the goal line as I try and compliment his mechanics. He shows off the turtle save, and it doesn't work out. Nass sees aZapatos flying in on the ball. Does his best to try and win a delayed 50. But aZapatos keeps himself relevant in the play. He's going to chase out to this ball, and he just surprises Nass again. Nass does not realize this is coming. We watched it from his perspective. He just thought, no way is aZapatos going to chase down this ball and beat me to it. Certainly he's going to back off, and he'd be wrong. aZapatos will. Nass sends one to the top of the arena before starting his air dribble. And aZapatos did not get a good enough save on this one. So it'll be Nass who follows it up. Hovered behind the ball. He's slightly off the ball too. To try and give space for aZapatos to hit it towards him and then have it ricochet around him. He didn't want to try and win a 50 through. When players try and do that, you'll usually see all their wheels on the ball. They're trying to kill it on the goal line. No, he had the hood of his car pointed towards the play and back slightly off. 4-4 from aZapatos POV. Wasn't even clear Nass was up, but he's up to meet him. Now it's Nass to the opposite wall. aZapatos has been threatening high in the air a ton all game long. He's mixed early challenges as well as ceiling challenges, and it has Nass just second guessing himself. He almost just left a freebie for aZapatos. What a flick from Nass. Oh my goodness. Who knew the biggest bomb of a flick was going to be coming from Nass? 107 km/h, and it is deep past the half field line that he launches the flick. Is that Moxie? Well, you know it's not Moxie because it was a air roll right flick. And while Moxie can hit those decently, he's certainly not ripping them like he does that air roll left flick. Nass not going to bring the ball across the net to aZapatos, or at least not right away. Gonna force him infield first. Zap sends one off the backboard. Recovery quick to the ball. Did he just pass Nass a free setup? It seems like no, because he's going to pump Nass to the back wall. He is such a crafty player. Nass is going to throw the OMG, and it'll be a tie game. 5-5, almost at 55, I'll point out. 3 seconds off being 5-5 at 55. Nass can't hit opens right now. I think that has a lot to do with the way aZapatos is defending against him and the kind of, you know, speed that he's forcing out of Nass, and the fact that it feels like aZapatos is going to be challenging at any moment. There's a aZapatos flick to make it 6-5. Nass has played into aZapatos' game. And credit to aZapatos, who has done a really good job stopping Nass from letting this game be played at ceiling height. I think Nass likes to play the air dribbles. We've seen some air dribble bumps from him. We've seen really not a ton of resets. He's going to go to the ceiling here, but cannot find a way through as aZapatos makes a save near the goal line, and Nass backing off. Now this is a great read on the way aZapatos has been playing all game long. He knows that aZapatos is just attacking the ball. So aZapatos thinks he sees an opportunity to maybe punish Nass for diving and chipped it out to the midfield, but Nass was just laying there and waiting. So 6-6 in a crucial game 3. aZapatos soft touch to himself in the back corner, bumped Nass, dashed his way to the midfield. Can he get back to this ball? He can't. Nass is going to have one last opportunity on an air dribble. aZapatos resetting on the 100 at the midfield. Will it be enough to stop a Meki Nass? It will, just barely, as the ball bounces on the goal line at 0 seconds. And we head to overtime. The immediate kickoff goal is not available. The ball bounces too high, and it's actually going to go in favor of aZapatos now, who has Nass setting up in defense, turning for a shadow. Again, aZapatos loses that dribble off the top of his car and onto the ground, and runs out of options when he does so. Right now he's in a tough situation. He has to clear this ball to prevent Nass from having a clean shot at net. He has forced Nass back into the blue half. aZapatos, he is so crafty, so quick. You think he's pinned back, and he uses that speed to immediately push himself back on offense. That is not the shot for Nass, but he just baited aZapatos in. aZapatos fell for it. Thought he could get up and dunk this ball, but he reacted just a bit too late, and Nass just sends it to the ceiling. You see the camera check. He knows for sure he has open field ahead of him, and it's 7-6 in favor of the Moroccan. Game number 4. I'm not sure we've brought up the fact that since the last time Nass played, it was revealed that Nass is going to be teaming with Jorias and AJ, presumably over in North America. Although I'm not sure. I assume that's been confirmed. But to be fair, I just know that they're playing together. For some reason, I feel like people are going to North America, not the other way around. And you know what's interesting is I don't know anything about roster moves. I pretty much never know what's going on. But when I was setting up the last match, the Nass versus Wavy, a couple streams ago, I saw people were scrimming, and it shows you their private match status. And I was like, wait a second. Jorias, AJ, and Nass all have the same private match status on the same team? Is this some crazy news? And then like the next day it was announced. So I don't know how much they've been scrimming. It's just some mix-up scrims, yeah. Just a couple of mix-up scrims. Nick is the mastermind behind the roster, is he not? Nice flick from aZapatos. 2-0 lead in a must-win game for him. You should have leaked it. No, I would never leak it. Detective Feer? Yeah, I didn't even go looking for it. Maybe I did. I can't remember. I think I saw AJ and Jorias screaming together, and I was like, wait a second. Who would they be screaming with? I'm like searching through all the North Americans. And I was searching in the wrong spot. Nass, fake air dribble. Gets aZapatos in the air. Old Feer would leak it. Let's be clear. Old Feer wouldn't have even known. Feer, I don't know roster moves. Also, I knew this roster move. I mean, no one told me. No one told me, and I knew it. First off, I don't know it for sure because they could be screaming and that could not be happening. You know, that's why I would never say something. Somebody could just be like trying out or something. Who knows? They could be playing a random tournament. All I'm saying is I saw them all in a private match, and I was like, wow, that's interesting. Nass gonna score out of his own corner. aZapatos trying to be a pest does not succeed. What up, Eros? What up, Akashi? aZapatos, can he go the distance? Where's the guy in chat? I mean, I guess this wasn't as mechy as it could have been. But just know that aZapatos would have gotten a reset and popped off too if he needed to, but he just recognized he didn't need to. So he just took a quick shot. kept it all the way to the net, 104 km/h. Nass comes out on top of this kickoff scrum. aZapatos missing his flick. Who's the best 1v1 player on Matey? Nass, I would say. What do we think about that answer? Maybe, yeah, maybe AJ. I don't know about Joria's. Maybe all of them. Let's hear it from you guys. Who's the best 1v1 player on Matey if they were to play against each other? All three. Nass, little double bump, but he could not finish. And that has happened many times. aZapatos will not be able to chase down this follow-up, so it'll be Nass with a bit of space. aZapatos looking to close that space and gets punished for it. A goal for Nass. I think everyone's been pretty split. I see Jorias, I see AJ, I see Nass. Jorias did beat Zen at Gamers 8. Yeah, Jorias had the best of one ice. If we're talking about best of ones, that's a different story. Oh, aZapatos falling apart here in a game that has been really close, on a razor's edge in every single game. aZapatos expecting a bump there, doesn't get it. Nass versus Jorias when? I think Jorias is back from vacation, and he might be interested in matches. Be more than down to run a match like that. It's going to be a touch the ceiling into a reset side flip. Nass, he's getting a bit stylish now. He has been really forced to not be able to play his aerial game all series long. And no surprise, as he finally gets comfortable here and gets a bit of a lead, he's able to show off a bit. aZapatos is far from out of it with 3 goals in 2 minutes, especially the way he likes to kick off. Although, as I say that, he's in a tough kickoff position. Sends this one to the ceiling, has to just clear the ball as strong as possible, but the ball will be headed right back to his net. Does he have time to pick up boost? No, he doesn't. He thought he did, and he actually didn't even pick it up. I felt like the clear wasn't good enough, considering how far he was falling from the ceiling. He needed to just turn and try and see what he could do on pads, but he kind of flipped himself out of the play. Wave dash kickoff for aZapatos. He will have boost advantage. It's becoming must-win kickoff scenarios. Oh, the wall dash is dodged ever so slightly by Nass. aZapatos, 4 goals, minute 30. Needs to be in control of the game. He did a great job at forcing Nass to give him the ball earlier, but now Nass sees that he does not need to bring it to him. Can fake a dribble off the wall, can fake a dribble on the ground. aZapatos going to go to a demo to finally get himself a possession that has taken him probably a bit too long to get, and Nass respawns and is dunking his dribble before it really gets started. Another demo attempt from aZapatos doesn't connect, and he is going to play the aerial game because he feels like he has no choice but not to, because that would be the fastest play, but it doesn't work out. Nass on the clear. aZapatos, it'll be some serious kickoff magic. A goal about every 10 seconds. Maybe has 11 seconds to work with per goal. Nass is going to fake the kickoff as a way to try and guarantee that even if aZapatos does score, it'll take him a bit. And Nass, that save, I think, fully ices it. And there it is, the counterattack, 10-4 with 40 seconds. A game that was played, like I said before, so back and forth. Just inches between the two of them. But Nass explodes in Game 4 to take the series with ease, it seemed. Okay, he's going to flip away from the ball because I've been saying too many nice things about him. So, aZapatos will get one. AJ versus Nass. I think AJ is waiting until closer to Salt Mine, was the last I heard. Also, aZapatos is trying to say, wait for this game 5 first. Don't count me out just yet. Virgil, by the way, thank you for the tier 1 for 22 months. Nass. Did he get this over the top? He did. 11-6. Is it going to be 12-6? Or will aZapatos be able to hold him off? Well, Nass, he has crossed over the oceans to play 2 of the Salt Mine North American players now on US East. He's going to come away with 2 3-1s. 11-7. Was it 3 straight? I think aZapatos won game number 1. 3 straight for Nass after that, though. GG's from both. Shout out Nass for another good win.